Cinderpelt is a lot of people's favorite cat when they first start reading The Prophecies Begin. I definitely liked her when I started reading the books. She's one of the largest sources of conflict and inspiration in books 2 and 3. However, as more and more characters were introduced, I sort of grew away from Cinderpelt. Her lasting appeal was very limited. As of now, I just flat out don't like her. What happened? Hi everyone, it's Akira back with some more Warrior Cats analysis. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, it helps me out tremendously. So Cinderpelt, she's a nice enough cat. She really shows care for ThunderClan. But looking back, I can't help but feel underwhelmed and disappointed with everything the writing team did with her. I mean, look at Blue Star. People are very polarized with their opinions on her. Some hate her because she lost her sense of reason, and some sympathize with her because her life was so hard. There's a lot of controversy with her decisions. But there's really no argument to be had over what Cinderpelt does because she only does sweet and kind things. It's just, she's cool. She's endlessly optimistic both before her injury and after she recovers. She healed Little Cloud and Whitethroat in secret because she's just so kind. She was super supportive of Fireheart when no other cat in ThunderClan was. She had this fierce protective side to her that went on full display in Twilight. And that's all great, it's just we never see her full emotional range. She never talks about what bothers her or what she wishes for her future, aside from the obvious of course. And when we do see an interesting bit of her character pop up, it's hardly addressed. Her attraction to Fireheart was only teased while she was still alive, and not confirmed until a vision of shadows, far after her point of relevance had passed. And her injury. Well, that's actually a whole topic on its own. In concept, it's fundamentally flawed. She injured one of her hind legs, and suddenly she can never be a warrior. Her dreams are crushed and she's forced to be a medicine cat. Excuse me, what? One bad leg? There are cats in the real world who get hit by cars and are reduced to having 3 legs. And they get around pretty well, all things considered. But when a fictional cat gets hit by a car and doesn't even lose complete use of her leg, suddenly she's too weak to be a warrior. Seriously. Sure, her leaps and her sprinting will suffer, but so what? She has every right to follow her dream. Deadfoot lost use of one of his front paws, and he became WindClan's deputy for crying out loud. They should have stopped focusing on the 1 leg she couldn't use and started focusing on the 3 legs she could. The character that is supposed to teach us to follow our dreams despite setbacks goes down a completely different path in her life due to a single flaw in her body, and that is kinda messed up. And don't even get me started with Cinderheart, because the whole message with her character was that Cinderpelt was blessed with the chance to live out the proper life now that she didn't have that awful disability. All I can say is yikes. Especially so when Leafpool makes a huge point that Cinderheart potentially injuring her leg would essentially rip the purpose out of her life. What's that supposed to teach the reader? That if you have a disability you better believe in reincarnation? Like what? I don't know what the writing team was going for, but they sure as heck weren't thinking this all the way through. People with disabilities don't have the chance to choose a new life. So, take a sweet, inoffensive personality and mix it with awful disability representation, and what you get is why I don't like Cinderpelt anymore. When her disability isn't the focus, she is so passive and inconsequential that it feels like her entire character is the disability. But even when her disability is on focus, it's played up for the sake of romanticizing tragedy and drama, and doesn't take into consideration the realistic implications of having a minor mobility impairment. There was a Warrior Cats ableism hashtag that went around Twitter a few weeks ago, and honestly, it's completely valid criticism. So many of their disabled characters just act as walking tragedies, and never have a chance to just be characters. I think Jayfeather is the one disability rep they did right, because they allowed him to show anger and jealousy rather than just having him be a sad and sweet, woe is me cat. Cinderpelt deserved to have her chance to be upset. But the trace of negative emotions inside her only come out a couple times. Once when she was first injured, and again with the Leafpool Crowfeather drama. Cinderpelt is not an awful character. She still holds up as an optimistic, caring figure that the reader can be comforted by. But I just wanted more from her. A lot of the ugliness that comes with disability was kind of shoved aside as she was shoved into the medicine den, and a lot of the opportunities that those with disabilities are supposed to have were not addressed when they easily could have been. So, while there are definitely reasons to like Cinderpelt, I think she could have been done better. Alright, bye everyone.